Okay. Yeah, you're right. You better sleep. Okay, everybody, it is time to get to the bottom of some banana confusion. A lot of people think that there are bananas and that there are plantains and they are separate universes. There are a lot of different banana varieties out there. In Malaysia, for instance, if you go to a market, you'll see an entire section dedicated to bananas, and bananas are hanging everywhere. They can have like dozens of varieties at a market, and they're all called bananas. Well, they're all called pisang, which is the name for bananas there. There is no distinction between a cooking banana and a raw eating banana, because there's so many different levels. So here is a ripe Cavendish banana. This is a dessert banana, so you can eat this right now and it would be delicious. However, if you were going to take one of these, a cooking banana or plantain, in this level, you would not want to eat it because it would be starchy as hell. So in order to eat it in this state, you would have to cook it, and that would break down the starches so it tastes good. It's not going to taste like this, however. It is going to taste like a potato, maybe a little bit sweet, like a sweet potato. You can also have one of these green, like this, and this will taste a little less sweet, more like a regular potato. Or if you want to eat it like you would eat a Cavendish, you gotta have it like this. This is soft, it is squishy, it is totally edible in this condition. So although a lot of people think that you have to cook plantains, that is not true. You can eat it, you just have to eat it like this. I made a video eating a raw plantain in the past. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link on the screen somewhere right now. But these are the 3 levels of edibility for plantains. On the other side of things, the Cavendish banana can be eaten green. A lot of people think at this point this is bad, and I'm sure you've had that experience where you've bitten into a green Cavendish banana and you had a bad time because they are super starchy. It's like biting into a raw potato. However, if you cook this, it is the same as probably this one. If you let this sit for a while, it'll eventually reach this level and you can eat it raw, but right now for this one, if you want to eat it, you gotta eat it cooked. A lot of people think that there are just dessert bananas and cooking bananas. There are bananas and plantains, but it is not so cut and dry. There are so many different varieties. There are over 1,000 different varieties of bananas out there in the world, and they all have different levels of starchiness to them. So some of them are edible like this. Some of them are edible when they look like this. Some of them are only edible when they look like this, and some of them are only edible when they look like this. This is the burro banana. Now the burro banana in this shape right now, where it is where you would normally throw out a Cavendish banana, this is edible. This is perfect right now. This is how you want it to be. It yields to the touch, nice and soft. It's got a lot of black marks on it, so it looks like it might be bad, but this one in this state is aces. If you were to eat this in this state, you know, kind of like where this one is right now, where it is yellow with a little bit of black marking on it, this isn't ready yet. This right now would be like you would use a plantain or a cooking banana. So you can eat this, but you have to cook it. You wouldn't want to eat one of these if it looked like this, because it wouldn't be ready yet. It would still be starchy. But this one here has a different level of starchiness at that point. So right now, in this level, you can eat it and it's great. So the burro banana is interesting in that way. It is used both as a dessert banana and a cooking banana. Let's show a few different levels here. Like the typical plantain, it can be eaten in the green state, where it's going to be a little bit more potatoey, a little bit more savory. In its yellow state, where it's going to have a little bit more sweetness to it. Or you can eat it raw in this state. And if you look at normal plantains, it's green, yellow, right. So these are the same levels, okay? This is like cooking a green one, this is cooking a yellow one, This is eating it raw. Alright, let's get cooking. So first I'm going to try these raw and see how they compare. First I'm going to try the Cavendish. Yes, I'm eating a banana is basically what's happening here. We all know what this tastes like, but this is going to be the control group, so we gotta get this flavor in my face before the other ones. Tastes exactly how you think it does. Okay, next let's try this one. These are tougher to open. Well, this side. I know everybody says you're opening it the wrong way whenever I open a banana. I can open a banana however I feel like it. But yeah, in this case it is easier to open it up upside down. Super ripe plantains are like a little slimy, but as you can see the inside it is nice and creamy looking. Okay, so this is how you would want a banana to look when you're eating it raw, but the outside looks terrible. But it is okay to eat, so it's not especially good, but it's not giving me like a starchy flavor. It's still quite savory though. The sweetness on this is much less. Cavendish is, like this particular one is quite sweet, so I'd say this is a 7 out of 10 on sweetness. This, bleh, slimy. It's slimy on the outside, and the core is kind of firm. Yeah, it's not super sweet, but it does have a little bit of sweetness. I'd say on a level of 1 to 10, this is like a 1 or a 2. And what is there is pretty faint. So it's got like a slight banana taste, a slight potato taste, but on its own is kind of lacking. Okay, and next we'll try the burro banana and see how this stacks up against the other two. Botanically, this is in the same species as the plantain. Even though it looks kind of crappy on the outside, on the inside it looks nice and creamy and white. So that looks ready to eat. It does taste ready. It's not as sweet as the Cavendish, but it's sweeter than the ripe plantain. The texture is very soft and a little bit slimy. Dare I say it, I like the Cavendish more. A little bit of sweet potato maybe, a little bit of a beany kind of flavor, a little bit of a banana flavor, and that's kind of what you get here. But it's not strong. So although I'm giving those flavor notes, they're all very weak. So I think that this would be better suited for cooking, because cooking you don't want your starch to have a whole lot of flavor to it. You want it to be like a vehicle for other things. It's supposed to accompany other things, and I think that is what the burro banana would do better. Next, I'm going to cook all of these things and see how they compare. I decided that I'm going to boil these because that way it's going to retain the most flavor, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think if you're going to fry it or if you're going to bake it, it's going to affect it. It's going to caramelize a little bit or add the flavor of the oil to it. And I think if I just keep it nice and plain and just boil it, then it's going to be a little bit more simplistic in the flavor. So what I'm doing here is I am taking these and I'm going to just cut them in half lengthwise and then slice them as well into little chunks. Now I guess like in an ideal situation for this sort of experiment, you would boil each one of these varieties and ripenesses at in separate pots to make sure that one does not infect the other. And frankly guys, I just do not have time to do that, so there might be a little bit of crossover, but we'll see what happens. I don't imagine it's going to be make that much of a difference. One thing that's interesting is how the insides look. The Cavendish, green Cavendish, is a little bit yellow on the inside. The plantain, as you can see, has got a nice orange color. And the burro banana is very white. It's a shockingly white color on the inside. This is salted water, by the way. So I'm going to just take these and place them in. Okay, so that's really close, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these bananas in here. I'm going to let them sit for, I don't know, let's start with 10 minutes and see where things are at. Recipes online say 15 to 20 minutes generally, but I'm going to give it 10 because I'm dealing with a lot of different varieties. I don't really know. So I'm going to check back and see if they are cooked at that point, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, 10 minutes have elapsed, and the green Cavendish seems to be done, so I'm going to get those out of there before they just obliterate into nothing. The yellow plantains also seem to be done, so I'm going to get those guys out of there as well. The other ones I'm going to leave in for like another 5 minutes, which by the time I fish out all this stuff, it's probably going to be all done. This is the green plantain. This is the yellow plantain. This here is the green Cavendish banana. This is the green burro banana. And this is the yellow burro banana. So, yeah, if that's interesting to you, then great. The smell of these is kind of like sweet potato. It's like potato, but a little bit more sweet. So, yeah, that makes sense. Let's eat it. I'm actually most curious about the Cavendish. So it does have a slight potatoey kind of flavor, but this more tastes like a chestnut to me, and specifically it tastes more like a water chestnut. So if you ever had a water chestnut before, take that and make it like, instead of being like all crispy, make it like super mushy. There is vaguely a banana flavor in there, but nowhere near where it should be if it were a ripe Cavendish banana. And the sweetness is not super high. I'd give it a 2. Now I'm going to move on to the green plantain. Very different. I'm not getting the water chestnut. I'm getting potato. I'm getting like straight boiled potato taste. It's not quite as earthy tasting as a potato, but it has like that starchy flavor of a potato. And this has like no sweetness to it whatsoever. I would say it is a 0 out of 10. The green plantain is a good potato substitute. If you can't eat a potato for some reason and you want to replace it with something else, the green plantain tastes like potatoes to me. Let's move on to a yellow plantain. They aren't as sweet as the green Cavendish when it's boiled, but they are sweeter than the green plantain. I'd say those get like a 1 out of 10 on the sugar scale. The yellow plantain has more flavor, and that flavor is, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's like a banana. It's like vaguely there's a banana in there somewhere, I'm sure, but I'm not picking that up. I'm picking up like a slight tartness. Like there's like a little teeny bit of like orange juice in it or something. I can't tell which burro banana is which anymore. I think the color on it is so close after you boil it, it's hard to tell. This one appears to be the green one. It's similar to the green plantain, but it is milder. It's got a milder taste. It's not bad in any way, just slightly different. Like 2 different potatoes. You know, you got a white potato and a russet potato. You know, there's like a slight difference between the two, but you can hardly tell because both flavors are not, you know, hit you over the head kind of flavors. 0 on sweetness, 0 on tartness. This is just a different potato-y flavor. And finally, the riper burro banana. Let's see if it's any different. It's vaguely more sweet. The riper burro banana has like a 0.1. There is a teeny little bit of sugar in there somewhere. I think if your burro banana is a little bit riper, but not to the stage where you could eat it raw, it will probably have more sweetness to it, but I can't imagine it's going to taste much different than that. So guys, I think that's about it. I have eaten way too many bananas today, and I'm sure my stomach is going to love that. There's a lot more to bananas than a lot of people think, and I think that's pretty interesting. You know, there are different levels of sweetness and starchiness in bananas. It's not so cut and dry where there are cooking and dessert. You know, you can eat a cooking banana raw if it is at the right ripeness, and you can cook a dessert banana as well as a cooking banana if it is unripe enough. There is a wide spectrum of different levels where you can eat these things, but they are all just bananas. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I will see you next time. I want to give a special shout out to AltPod and Smarter Every Day. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon is how this channel happens. It's how I can afford to do all the things that I do. So if you want to help me out by supporting the channel and getting some bonuses along the way, check out the description. I also have these shirts for sale. Those are in the description as well. See you next time. Bye.